What ho, everybody. Ian here. Must look like a bit of a fool playing trombone with a Hellion rail car. Anyway, down in the model railway room in the basement again, simply because it's still too hot to be in the garage working on the layout, especially when you want to be doing some soldering like I'm doing. So we're back in the basement and we're having ideas again. I'm carrying on from the idea for the O-scale micro, the Bay platform micro that I shared with you last week. And I had a thought. Now, something I've been wanting to do for the longest time with my micros, and I managed to get it in there at times on some of them, is to have somewhere where the locomotive and train travels towards you rather than across your field of view, because that's more of a realistic recreation of the actual of a prototype situation. You know, you can stand on a bridge and you watch the train come towards you and go underneath you. You know, you stand on the end of a platform and the train will come at you from the distance. But when we model railways, we are always obsessed with the train passing through the landscape from across your field of view, from left to right, right to left. And I know that's the way we are trained to do it, trained to think about it. But I've been thinking for the longest time that no, we should be modeling things going to and from us as well. And it's very difficult to do that in, say, something like N scale, maybe double O scale. The trains are actually pretty small and it's difficult to get an idea of perspective, you know, as the trains are going to be small as they're far away and then bigger as they get closer. And I've been thinking that maybe in O scale it would work. And quite by accident, I was triggered just a little on this thought by a little piece of video I shot last week. No, it wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago, maybe even more. When I was test running the Gauge O Guild O scale layout, and I had a piece of film of the Terrier and the coach, and they were coming straight at you. And as I looked at it more and more, I became aware that you did get a feel for the perspective. You did get a feel that the locomotive was far away and got closer and got bigger, even though that locomotive and coach was only traveling 3.5, 4 feet. So I think this needs a little bit more looking into, and that Bay platform layout could maybe work for it. So I sat down with my sketch pad and I came up with this idea. So you can see what I'm looking at here. This is basically a view down a short Bay platform. We've got some nice platform end gates there, and over to the left you can see the colonnaded archway, and on the right we would have things like toilets and canteen, restroom. Maybe a bit further down there's one of those old W.H. Smith newsagent stands. That'd be fun if I could get one of those on there. So that's the sketch. So the idea now would be able to mock it up some way, or maybe just run a train, maybe just run this along the track and see if I do get that feeling of perspective. So let's set the train up to run, shall we? there you go. I think you'll agree, looking at that, it does work. There is a feeling of perspective, and that little tiny S curve at the end of the layout there, as it would disappear off stage under the road bridge. Well, that certainly helped to accentuate the perspective as well. So it's definitely something to think about here. I mean, I don't want to find myself with another project on top of the one that I already have in the garage, but heck, this one can be worked on in the basement in the air conditioning. So we will see. I mean, good gosh, I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely going to be working on the Gage O'Gill virtual exhibition layout because I've committed to that. But yeah, I wonder if perhaps I could get 2 layouts done. What do you think? Time to take a step back from the Gage O'Gill virtual exhibition layout for a moment and work on the autumn issue of the Micro Model Railway Dispatch, because it's perilously close to release time for the autumn issue. So there's a few things to tidy up on that. So it's time to dress up and put my Model Railway Magazine editor's outfit on. I'm not sure if Model Railway Magazine editors wear bow ties, but this one does. So the autumn issue will be out in the next couple of weeks. So we have some pretty interesting layouts for you. We have 2 layouts in HOF. You don't see many layouts in HOF out there. And it's a surprise really, because super small scale, super small models, so it's well suited to the to micro layouts. So, but we've got 2 this month. We've got a really tiny pizza layout and a layout built in a video cassette case. Now, video cassettes, do you remember those? Some of you probably don't. Some of you probably don't even know what a video cassette is. But we have a layout built in a video cassette case, and very nice it is too. So we also have a exhibition report from Professor Kleisler from Australia, and there's some marvellous work being done in Australia right now. So I believe you'll enjoy the pictures that the professor has sent us. So, and then we also have a very familiar looking track plan for a layout. And if I tell you that the layout is squarish, you probably get a good idea of what the track plan is we're talking about. So that's pretty much the dispatch for the autumn. It will be out for subscribers around about the 14th of September and out for the rest of you around about the 20th, 21st of September. So if you want to jump the queue and receive the magazine a week early, just drop me a line at mmrdeditor@gmail.com. I'll put you on the mailing list and you'll be able to get the magazine a week early. So that's it. Now I will get on with finishing off the magazine and then get back out into the garage and work on the layout. Well, it may well have been a very quiet week on the layout this week, what with holidays and platelet donations and wedding anniversaries as well. It meant I didn't get to work on this as much as I liked, but that doesn't matter because right now the layout here is in a really, really good position. Somewhere I'm really happy with it and looking forward to, well, really basically getting it finished. So let's have a closer look here at what we've got. A closer detailed look at what we've got. This then is the layout as it stands right now, and I think you'll agree it's looking pretty good. We have a station. The station just actually blows me away. I mean, I can see nothing wrong with that. It sits there perfectly and it just feels so natural, so right. It's got a light railway feel to it. We've not said much about the goods shed, but the goods shed is, the circular goods shed is there. It'll work very nicely. Needs a bit more weathering on the roof of it, but that looks good there. We have a crossing in the background coming over the line there into the yard. And you can notice that we have cinder ballast for the yard and grey ballast for the running lines. I'm not quite certain how those would blend together in real life, but I think my edge there is a little bit hard, so we'll probably soften that edge up a bit. And, I'm also liking the fencing there. I think that looks more than very good. I think that really adds to the atmosphere as well. And then we can take a look down here. We have a road. We have the start of a country lane back here that will run behind the station buildings. Add a bit of texture and a bit of more colour in there, and that will look good. So then we have here the level crossing. The level crossing that is going to have hedging all the way along here and just a small gap for the locomotive to burst through the gap there. There's like the famous picture on the Chelsea tramway. So that will be there. Then we move on to the scenic fiddle yard board. So I've got the long cassette, the freight train cassette in place at the minute. The track isn't fitted down, but everything fits in place. You can see that how easily the cassette just slides into place. I'm still working on the idea for the electric current passing between the two sections. My favourite idea right now is a couple of pieces of copper-clad sleeper in those areas there, and the same here on the ends of the cassettes, and they will be wired to the track, and you'll just push that into place. The two pieces of copper-clad will touch together, and that will give the current over from the main baseboard to the cassettes. That's the idea there. The next thing to do is the back scene. And well, as you know, Lincolnshire is flat, and as such we need a very, very flat, featureless back scene on the horizon. So I've not found anything that's featureless enough for me, so it looks like I'm going to have to paint the back scene myself, which will just be a blue sky and then a very thin strip of green for the land, maybe break it up with some trees on the horizon, but it's going to be a very flat, featureless, dull, boring back scene. So we will talk to you next week, and take care and happy modelling. Yes, exciting news. Bontoft Sand and Gravel here will be at Trainfest in Milwaukee in November the 23rd and 24th at the Baird Centre, in downtown Milwaukee. So very excited about that. I applied back in March maybe, and yesterday I got official notification that the layout has been accepted. So I've got some sprucing up to do on this. Add some more static grass, and I'm going to make a few changes to the tipper, but the layout will be at Trainfest. So if you're a follower of the YouTube channel or the Facebook pages, or you read the Micro Model Railway Dispatch and you live in the Midwest of America, perhaps I will see you there.